What's up, Banana Bunch? Right now, I'm outside of the third Jungle Gyms location. I'm sure you recognize it from Superman. And me and Jungle have been on our Cincinnati Metro bus all day today, checking out all of the sites in Cincinnati. But really, I'm here because I want to invite you to our fall kickoff event on October 4th and 5th at the Fairfield store. And we're going to be joined by the country's largest mobile petting zoo. And I thought it would be fun if not only I got to meet the animals in advance, but you did as well. So let me turn it over. I'm gonna take you down to Honey Hill Farm, and then you can meet these animals in person at Jungle Gyms for free this weekend. Okay, let's go.
I'm Megan Larkin. I'm the Director of Operations for Honey Hill Farm, and we are at Honey Hill Farm, which is our private farm here in Berry, Kentucky.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit about Honey Hill Farm. How long have you been in business?
So we've been, there's a little bit of dispute about that, but almost 30 years. It just kind of depends on how you want to count our very first event, a paying customer versus some of her practice events. But since about 97, and we do mobile petting zoos all over. Cincinnati's our biggest market, Northern Kentucky, Lexington, Louisville. We can travel farther, but I would say most of our business is in Cincinnati, and we do about 500, I believe, this year.
Wow.
So our most famous, in the country would be Cedar Point. So we do anchor their Frontier Trail. They have an actual barn, and we were really fortunate when we came into Cedar Point. They had a lot of really good infrastructure for a petting zoo, and then we just expanded it, and we have about 80 animals at Cedar Point, and we also operate the trail rides there. But we have camels, goats, sheep, the whole thing, cows. Some famous animals that have huge fan followings that get letters in the mail in the wintertime, and whose fans have actually come out here and visited them all the way from, northern Ohio. And then as far as locally, you can also see our animals at Blooms and Berries.
What are some of the different types of animals that you keep on the farm?
So we have every kind of farm animal that exists. We have chickens, ducks, rabbits, geese, turkeys, and then pigs, goats, sheep, cows, llamas, alpacas, miniature horses, miniature donkeys, full-size horses. I think that about covers it. So, but we also do have camels, and we have a couple animals that we no longer use for events. So the kangaroos and our Patagonian cavies.
Oh, awesome.
And the emus.
Oh yeah, of course.
Don't forget them.
How could we?
Yeah, Steve and Victoria.
What is probably the most difficult animal to raise or caretake for?
I think the camels, because they are used to a really dry climate, which they do really well in our climate here. As far as heat and cold, they tolerate cold better than a lot of our other animals, which I think a lot of people are surprised by. But where they come from, they don't have a lot of parasites and things like that, so they're very susceptible to that here. So we have to really, really, really watch them closely to keep them healthy. But we've had ours for a long time, and they're very healthy. You saw them.
Yeah.
So yeah, they look like ragamuffins right now, but healthy ragamuffins.
And what would be one of the easiest animals you think to take care of?
I think sheep. As far as domestic animals go, a lot of sheep farmers will tell you that they're really hard to take care of. I'm sure that they are, but maybe we're lucky with ours. Our sheep are made out of something different. I'm convinced they're going to inherit the earth. But also, surprisingly, the kangaroos. They don't mind the heat, the cold. We do put a heater in there when it's really cold.
Sure.
But for the most part, they are very, very low maintenance. That doesn't mean that you should go get a kangaroo, though.
Sure.
there is some things you need to know about that.
Yeah. What are some of the hurdles that you run into as a mobile petting zoo? Because obviously on the farm, everything is designed for the animals, but I imagine in the mobile situation, it's got to be a little bit different.
Yes, so we've gotten very good at what we do. We've had a lot of practice, so we're fortunate to, for that to go pretty efficiently at this point. But, you have to build everything for them, which takes a certain amount of strength and energy, and you're doing that in whatever environment you come into, and we don't always know what that is. So, sometimes it is in a parking lot, and you need to build facilities for them. So you got to put a lot of bedding down and tents. Sometimes it's hot, but the animals are so used to travel that's not particularly hard. Somebody one time asked how we get them to go, how do we make them get in the trailer? And I'm like, you pretty much open the trailer doors and you have to go in and get the ones out you didn't want.
Right.
they're like, are we going somewhere?
Yeah.
So that's not a problem. And then, just trusting people like to represent us well and to take good care of our animals, but we are very fortunate. Most of our event staff have been with us for 5 to 10 years, some of them. So we have a pretty good relationship with them, and it's not too hard.
Sure. How did you get linked up with Jungle Gyms?
We're doing an event for Junglejims, October 4th, right?
Hopefully.
Yep. Obviously, we know a lot about Junglejims. We consider ourselves based out of Cincinnati, and Junglejims is truly a legendary place. But I think this is maybe our first event that we've done with them. We're bringing a 20 animal petting zoo for an event on October 4th at the Fairfield location, I think. So I guess that is what started us having the conversation about doing this. I wasn't entirely sure if it was, something else like being on the Ken Baker show or something like that did it. So.
Do you know what kind of animals you're bringing?
Yes. So a 20 animal petting zoo, that's kind of our medium-sized petting zoo. So we've got chickens and ducks, sheep, goats, alpaca, a llama, and a miniature cow, miniature donkey, and a miniature horse.
Amazing. And there you have it, folks. Come out this weekend to the fall kickoff at Fairfield Jungle Gyms on October 4th and October 5th. It's free. We've got all kinds of family-friendly events. We've got pumpkins for sale. We have adult beverages, and we also have family-friendly beverages. And of course, if you come out on October 4th, that's Saturday, you have access to the free petting zoo from Honey Hill Farms. If you want to hear more from that interview, stay tuned to the Jungle Gyms podcast because I'll air the rest of that interview here soon. There's a lot of fun details about behind the scenes. I really enjoyed my time with Megan. It was great. Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing all of you at the fall kickoff this weekend.